Now this is probably one of the scariest parts, and you really should, as it says in the instructions, practice this before you try it. This is the hinging of the elevons using the SuperFly RC method of hot glue and a razor. And it really has to be done very delicately in order to get it right. But I mean, after you've done it a couple times, which I have, I might make it look easy, but make sure that you take your time doing this. So what you do is you start by lining up your elevon perfectly. You want it perfectly aligned. And we do this in 2-inch increments. Make sure that your elevon is completely flush and butting up with the actual wing, with the trailing edge of the actual wing. And you're going to lay it down here. And what you do is you lay down an 1/8-inch bead of hot glue. You don't want any more than that because then your elevon becomes difficult to move. All right, there we go. There's 2 inches. And then as quickly as you can, you take your razor blade and just drag it along like this. Just drag it along. And what this does is this super cools the glue and allows a bond to be formed. So now we have our hinge. The glue is actually cool. And you do that the entire length of the elevon. Now make sure you don't get any gaps. See, like down here I have a gap forming. Just keep, as you go every 2 inches, make sure that it's butting up perfectly with the fuselage. And here comes another 2 inches. And remember, a small 1/8-inch bead. You don't want too much glue on this because I did one where I did too much glue, and working the elevons just was not a simple thing. So then we drag again. Drag. Okay. And you don't want your glue to spread out much more than a 1/4 inch wide between the elevon and the trailing edge of the wing. And as you go along, as your glue cools, just peel it off your razor so you don't have to keep using different razors. And I know I'm taking a chance by doing this and videotaping it, but I really felt it important for everyone to see how this is done, because doing it for the first time, it can be a little bit scary, but it doesn't have to be. So just watch this. And here we go. Another 1/8-inch bead going, about 2 inches. Really takes a consistent pull on the trigger to keep that bead at 1/8 inch. Okay, there's that. We take our razor and we push down and we drag. Just drag, drag, drag until you reach the end. Lift up. And you have your excess glue on your razor. Peel that off. It's pretty much cooled by now. It's still a little bit warm, but don't burn your fingers. Be extra careful. If you want to wait a couple seconds before you go peeling that glue off the razor, that's cool. Ain't no shame in keeping yourself healthy. And here we go with another 1/8-inch bead. All the way down. See, I'm going a little bit more than 2 inches on this one, but this is only because I've done this a couple times and I'm pretty much used to it. And we're just going to continue to roll that down, make sure we got a good, nice seal. You want to take your finger and just lightly brush and make sure you don't have any glue bubbles. That's cool too. Alright, so that one is now hinged. Now what you do, this is important that you do this after you hinge the actual elevon, is pick it up and bend it up, down, just to loosen the glue a little bit. And there you go. That's your hot glue hinge. That's how that works. Really simple. Really easy.